did Voto Latino. It's an organization that started almost 4 years ago now, about mobilizing Latinos in the political process. And we've been doing things like voter registration, but also trying to do things similar in this, where it's about engaging people in the political process, really literally, not just about registering, not just voting, but having them come to things like this and really get affected by politics, because that's what it's really about, because it affects all of us regardless of whether we're paying attention to it or not. So it's pretty important, I think, to know where your tax money is going and actually have a say in it, and know how important and vital what we have here, which is such a privilege in the States, is to be able to use our voice and have it be effective for the rest of the country. And I don't think we've really appreciated that so much in these past couple years, really, and this is a really great opportunity to kind of do this. So, but I'm just glad to be here, and thank you so much for welcoming me so well, and I'm really proud of my organization, and we're working really, really hard to get the numbers up as much as possible, because as many people as we can have engaged in the conversation, the better, and especially female voters. That's a really, really important demographic of people. People of color got the right to vote before women got the right to vote, and that's a pretty major thing. And it took, in the 1920s, you had women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton talking about the right to vote in 1787. You have Abigail Adams, who was like sitting right there next to her man going, hey, don't forget us women. And you hear it, but it didn't really make so much of a difference for 70 plus years. So I think it's really important that we take advantage of the voice that we have and the power that we have, because it took a long and hard struggle for us to have it. And don't forget it, and really use it. It's really powerful. It's really amazing. And I'm just really glad to meet all of you. And I'm looking at all your faces, kind of going, I wonder which one's going to be president. Fantastic. So I would love to just hear what your experience has been, and I'd really like to hear about your essays and what moved you to join this. I hear some of you were like, since I was 5 and I knew I was going to be president, and that's pretty cool, because I've met women who say I want to be a president's wife, and I think that's also a really amazing job to have, but that's a different position, and I think it's really great that we're able to look at politics now and not just see ourselves, and maybe I'll be married to that really powerful person, but that I'll actually be that powerful person. So I'm really excited to hear how you all feel about that. That's it.
We really appreciate you being here, and I think definitely the work to register and engage young people and young Latinas and Latinos is really important. I'm from California, and it's a place where people don't do a lot of voter registration because it's not a swing state. And we've seen now this year, the past few years, like a lot more of that happening, and I think that that's really exciting that we're kind of getting engaged in that and realizing that if we want young people to be engaged, we need to go to them even when it doesn't matter for that last vote for the presidential election, but getting people into the state house and everything, like at the lower levels, you need to have young people voting in those areas and in the kind of cities and everything. So I'm really glad that you're doing that.